Hey guys, welcome to Inside Stoney Creek. This is the podcast where we help to inform you and inspire you about what is going on at our campus launch, which is happening this September. We're so excited. In fact, I've got some of my friends here who are going to be part of the launch. We've got Noah Hicks and Chrissy Hicks. And so if you guys could really quickly just share, for one, just about yourselves, how long you guys been married for. We'll start with that.
Sure. Well, I think this is the test for me, right? So
Yes, it's mainly for you.
Go for it.
So it's been 3.5 years since we have been married. We got married in November of 2020.
Wow. November of 2020.
Yeah.
We
need to do a redo wedding for you.
I'm okay. We can
Not
do
a redo,
an
just
anniversary party
a
or
party.
something. Yeah, we'll do a party.
That
We'll
would be
have a
fun.
dance party.
Yeah, that would be
It'll be
fun.
great.
Okay, so 3.5 years. That's great.
Yeah.
So if you could pick like just a sneaky favorite holiday that you have, because in one of the earlier podcasts, I actually talked about, for me, my favorite holiday, St. Patrick's Day, which is not everybody's, but it's because it's my birthday. So it's fun. Everybody's celebrating my birthday when we go out. So I want to hear from you guys. What's your favorite holiday? We'll start with you, Noah.
So my favorite is Groundhog Day.
That's no one's favorite holiday.
It is. Well, it is.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Is it a holiday?
Yes, it is a holiday because Chrissy and I actually, I asked her to be my girlfriend on Groundhog Day a couple years before we got married. So
So that's why it's only your favorite holiday and nobody else's.
It's easy
exactly,
day to
exactly.
remember. So
Yes.
like you
Yeah.
never can be surprised.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
no,
awesome.
And we celebrate that instead of Valentine's Day. So it's
Restaurants super slow those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
It's
When,
just a little bit more
when you
chill.
show up to a restaurant, do you tell them like we're here for Groundhog's Day?
you know,
Well,
we
we
haven't,
We haven't
actually
done
said
it yet.
that.
If
We
we
should.
travel to
We should.
Pennsylvania, we should
see if
do
we can get a
that.
Groundhog's Day special.
Yeah,
though.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
That'd
That'd be
great.
funny.
That's awesome. All right.
Cute.
So this is a very self-serving, sneaky favorite holiday. So my favorite holiday is the launch day for Stoney Creek because it's my birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
we're
So
throwing
I'm
you
very
a
excited.
big party.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna like wear
Several
a tiara
hundred of
and
your
stuff.
favorite
It's gonna be
people.
great. I know.
So and
It's a
actually,
party for
and
me,
tell everybody
really.
because people may not know what that date
So
is.
it's September 22nd.
That's right.
It's
Woohoo.
a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day.
That's
Happy
right. That's
birthday.
Heritage Church's Stony Creek fall kickoff and also Chrissy.
Exactly.
Flash.
And
And
my
in the
birthday, right.
promo, we're just gonna do really small.
It'd be great.
It'll just
That'd
have
be
like plus
hilarious.
That'd be great. I would
It's like
love that.
hidden.
And then
Yeah,
can
I
you
know.
take the graphic that we share and just cross out all the Heritage details and put Chrissy's
Just
birthday?
Chrissy's
Yeah.
birthday party.
Yes.
I'll just invite all my friends. Chrissy's birthday party.
That's hilarious.
It'll be good.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Hi, I'm Kristin. Kyle did not introduce me, but
I
figured you'd get around to
he
it.
is my husband.
People know you by now.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm Kristin. Okay, my favorite holiday. I have two. Okay, so it's Christmas Eve. It's not really a holiday, but to me, it's a holiday because it is just the day before all the big things happen for Christmas, and I just love it because there's like low pressure, and it's a really sweet day to me.
Have you ever called it Christmas Adam?
No,
Because Christmas Adam, Christmas Eve.
Because Adam came before Eve.
oh,
That is the
Dun, dun,
nerdiest thing, and you should definitely do it.
I will try.
We'll try it. If you remember
I
this
will try
year.
to remember. Okay, and then
Christmas
also
Adam.
4th of July. 4th of July is just like middle of summer. You're barefoot outside. You're eating all the yummy food, and like there's just no pressure of all the like craziness that other holidays can bring. So
Yeah.
I love that.
4th
Yeah,
of
it
July,
is nice.
Christmas Eve, Adam.
Christmas Adam. Christmas Adam. It's not Christmas Eve Adam.
Christmas Adam. Yes.
Christmas Adam.
Well, one of the reasons why we wanted to have you guys here is we're so excited to be a part of this journey with you guys. And a lot of people who are going to be listening to this podcast and, we're trying to inform them, get them up to speed on what's going on. A lot of people just want to attend. They want to pray for the campus, and that's great. But there's others who are saying, I want to be on the launch team. I want to be a part of what God is doing and serving, whatever that looks like. And so we're going to hopefully inform people in this one. But you have a lot of significance when it comes to Heritage and your family. So tell them a little about how you guys have been and how long you've been involved with, at Heritage and what that looks like.
For sure. So, I've been involved at Heritage for a pretty long time because my parents were actually part of the original launch team that launched Heritage back in the year 2000.
Wow.
So how old were you?
I was like 2.5 years old.
Wow.
So do
Something like
you
that.
remember like being there, like
Yeah.
doing all the like setup, tear down?
Yeah, the setup tear down that we did because we met in Lutheran High North High School at 24 and Romeo Plank, and we were there for I don't know, like 10 years, close to 10 years, something like that. So I kind of grew up with kind of the portable church being the way that I did church,
done,
and
yeah.
it was super cool to see my parents be a part of that, and I think just growing up and seeing Heritage grow from that to what it is now has been a super awesome experience, and I think just the opportunity to be on this next launch team, I think it's kind of like a full circle moment for me, and I think that's something that I find to be super exciting.
Yeah.
Well, and the fact that your family's been a part of is so cool. And then even to know that your family, your parents still want to be a part of this new launch, which is so cool as well.
Yeah.
20 years later, they're
24
knowing
years
what
later.
they're getting into.
True.
And
Yeah,
they're like,
they're vets.
Yeah, they're actually excited about it, which just shows like how much of servants they are and how they're like, it's easier at Sterling Heights, but sure, we'll do it again. And we're excited to do it again. And then they get to do it with you guys and then their new daughter-in-law. I just think it's just really beautiful.
Yeah.
So we're thankful to have you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we're super excited to do that with them. And the fact that, like I said, full circle moment, be able to do that with my parents and be a part of the team, not just the kid getting dragged along to meetings, it's super cool.
That's so cool. And then honestly, there were so many unselfish people who helped start Heritage, 24 years ago, who are willing to step out of their comfort zone. Then you go to like Imlay City campus when that was formed, and a lot of people from our Sterling Heights campus were like, fine, I'll go and be a part of it. I'll follow God up that way. And then now here we are in the same kind of moment. Here we are however many years later. And it's just really exciting. It's going to require people to really step out of what they, again, the comfort zones, but also just not even being aware to not know where God is taking them. They're going to step out in faith. And that's a really cool, scary, but also a very exciting part to be in. So why do we need to have a launch team? I know, Chrissy, like, what do you think? Why do you think it's important for us to establish a team like this?
Yeah, I think it's always important when you're like starting something new that you have this group of people behind it that are so for it. They're so about it. They're really driving change. They're driving forward movement and progress. There's a verse in the Bible that actually says that's talking about how Jesus sees people who put forth that effort to start something new and to spread the gospel. And it says, when he, or Jesus, saw the crowds, he had compassion for them because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, pray earnestly to the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest. And the crowd that Jesus has compassion for, that's really the people that are lost, that don't have him in their lives, right? They need him. They might not even know that they need him, right? They're just going about their daily lives. And we see people like that every day too. And so then when he's also talking about how the harvest is plentiful, that's talking about all these lost people. There's so many people out there who are not feeling purpose. They're lost in life. They're just moving through everyday actions, just trying to, get the best living that they can or be successful or chasing after whatever they have. I think we all have, seen that in our own previous lives, right? We've all been chasing after things, right? But the laborers are few. So the people that are really passionate about getting out there, preaching the gospel, even just sharing the love of Christ, right? Inviting people into their homes, being generous with their time, their energy, their talents. There's not very many people that have that sense of purpose and then that drive to take action about it. So there's so many people that need Jesus' love and help, but establishing a launch team and getting people together who are of that like-minded passion, right, to share the love of Christ. I think that's so important when
I agree.
You're starting something new like
I
this.
agree. Yeah, and I even think with like what we've talked about in other podcasts is the portable church industries. They're trying to they're going to try to create an environment that looks a lot like our Sterling Heights and Imlay City campuses. But throughout the week, we get to leave up all of our stuff, right? We get to leave up the lights and all the sound equipment and the kids' spaces and the signage, all that stuff. It stays up. When it comes to the Stoney Creek thing, it's going to be a labor of love for sure, because the people who are coming in early on those mornings, they're setting that all up. They're all making like anybody who's going to be a part of this team. I shouldn't say that, because some people will be greeters. Some people will, maybe be teachers, or they'll just show up and serve. And that's great. But some others are really going to, they're going to see something from start to finish in a huge way. And I don't know if that excites. I think for some people that excites them. Other people, they're like scared of that. But I know like your family and some of the other people, like that's an exciting thing to be a part of that and see such a major change.
It's been super cool to just see who God has already called to the launch team. Like we've already have a good chunk of people. We need more, but it's been really cool to just see like, I was talking to my next door neighbor the other day, and she was like, yeah, well, I'm going to be part of the launch team. And I was like, the Sterling Heights campus is really close to you. Like you're busy during the week. Like, are you sure? Like you don't have, like, just because you love us doesn't mean you need to follow. I'm like, have you prayed about it? And she's like, I said I wasn't going originally, and then I prayed about it, and the Lord's like, "You're going." And so it's just, I'm like,
That's awesome.
gosh, it takes selfless people to be able to do this. There's some people it makes total sense for them because they live right near Stoney Creek. We want you at the campus. But if you prayed about it and the Lord's calling you to like be part of this, like we are so humbled that first that you would like want to do it with us and that you would be, you know, sensitive enough to the Holy Spirit to be able to like know that he's directing you there. So I'm excited.
Yes. So what spaces are you guys most excited about seeing transform from a school into Heritage Church?
Wow.
So I actually haven't been over to the Stoney Creek High School yet, so I haven't seen like what those interior spaces look like. I know there was like a preview video. I got to see some of it from there, and it looked super dope. I feel like I serve a lot in the kids area at the Sterling Heights campus, and that's such a well done, very put together looking space. They had it like redone like years ago. I don't know when, but it looked so cool, so finished, so fully formed, and to see how, you know, the launch team, the volunteers, to see how they're going to figure out, okay, how do we make a kids program? How do we make a kids ministry that works, that, you know, helps guide them from maybe area to area, or from, you know, games to learning about the Bible to maybe, I don't know, a small group time, whatever, however that works, right? Like figuring out what that looks like in a high school setting is going to be super interesting for me to like just see how that works, and then to be a part of that volunteer team. Yeah. So.
And then HC Kids, just speaking on that real quick, it's going to be really cool at this new campus because I think there'll be a lot of kids, just understandably, who go to church and they feel like they're walking in, their parents are, you're going to go to church. And it's like, maybe they have, you know, an opinion about church from the past where it's like boring, whatever. Like, I promise you, like just seeing the layout of what it's going to look like, we really had fun in mind to where like they're going to walk in, especially in particular with the cafeteria, which is for the upper elementary. You're going to walk in, and it's going to be signage and loud music, like all that kind of stuff that's going to direct them where to go. There's 9 Square in the Air, which I know you've played a lot of that.
Yeah,
it's a
pretty
lot
fun.
of fun.
Got that height.
Yes, there's Gaga Ball, which is great for your calf muscle workout. That's a lot of fun. You can get like 20, 30 people in there playing that at once. There'll be a great program there. We're going to do like a basketball pop shot. So really, honestly, I think what's going to happen is that 1 hour for those kids is going to be like the best hour of their week.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that.
I'm excited. I think they, we're really trying to just still have the same DNA of just our heritage branding. So it's not going to feel like you're walking into a school. It's going to feel like you're walking into a heritage campus that is at a school. So the organization we're working with, this is what they specialize in. So it's not going to feel like janky or like less than. It's going to feel like you are at Sterling Heights. So not Sterling Heights, you're at Heritage.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see it. It sounds super dope.
Yeah, and then another thing too that's gonna be fun too is that there's like a green space right out on the outside, which is really
that's
fun.
what I was excited about.
Yeah, we talked about another podcast about ultimate frisbee, which
Yeah.
or whatever. I think
awesome.
it's just gonna make it really fun for people to be able to walk up and feel like it's at a party.
Anytime you can be outside, like we are trying to be outside. So like Kyle and I personally, so if we can do church outside in any form and just kind of bring that community outside for the few months that we get to in Michigan, like that's where we're going to be. So I have visions of us just being able to have community outside, maybe have like, some food trucks come up or some coffee trucks come up. I don't know. The world is ours.
Do you guys want to start a food truck? You guys want to start a food truck company? Some money
I'm not getting into the food industry.
I'll have to talk to Jeff Forrest about
that. Could be a cool service event though, where like there's that outdoor space in front of the school, and like you could have like a service out there.
I love that idea. We'll talk to our worship. We'll talk to our worship guy about that.
Yeah. Well, and even thinking of just like different ways that people gather, right? Yeah. Like at the Sterling Heights campus, because once again, that's the one campus I'm from, so that's where I know the most about. But you've got things where like the band hangs out in like a dedicated green room space, and there's so many people that hang out in the lobby or even the kids area, and there's all these different spaces where people can get together, learn more about each other, form that community, right? That's so important. So I think it's going to be so cool to see how that looks different, but it still feels the same at Stoney Creek.
Yes, that's really cool. So obviously we are forming a launch team, and these are people that we're hoping will say we're on board. We're looking for 300 adults, which is a big ask for sure to get that many people on board. But Kristin, can you talk about what the requirements will be, what we're looking for?
So you can find all of this information at heritagechurch.com/new campus.
HC Campus.
Oh, HC Campus. I thought I had that down.
We'll edit her out.
Just go to heritagechurch.com. You will see us right away. We are looking for 300 adults to be able to form this with us. One, because we want that heritage DNA there. Like you guys get it, what type of community we're building. And then also we just don't have space at the Sterling Heights campus anymore. So like we need you to come with us. And there's strength in numbers in the sense that like there's energy and there's the ability to be able to like be side by side with people that you know and that you love. So we want that. We're looking for that. And then also just to commit to 6 to 12 months to be able to be part of the community. And then also to be part of a serving team. So we can't do this on our own. We can't just do it with Kyle and Kristin or, all 4 of us. Like we are not able to do that.
I'll be honest, if it was just the 4 of us, it'd be a rough church.
It would be. Who can sing? You can sing. Okay, you can sing too. Okay,
you can sing. I'll play guitar and then we'll be.
Yeah, perfect. Worship team settled.
I could do coffee. Kyle could speak. Whatever. It would be a very boring church.
Chaos with the children. Just let them go.
Yeah, we need people to make this happen with us. So
serving.
So whether that's coffee or kids or greeting, there's lots of different opportunities to be able to do that. So we need that. And then also we need you to be able to just pray. Like we need prayer. So like we would really need you to be part of our praying over this campus if you're part of the launch team. And then is that it?
Yeah. So then I would just say too,
that's big. I mean, that's not it. That's a huge thing.
But and also you said the prayer thing. Prayer is something that like, even if somebody doesn't want to be a part, and just we want to make sure we're sharing that with people. Like I don't want somebody to feel like, oh man, I guess this is my only option.
Yeah.
We do want people they can totally just attend. They can totally be praying for us, and that's totally fine because it's not for everybody. And then also, we're asking people to really commit, and we're looking for them to surrender to maybe some of their comfort. But at the same time, I think there's so much benefit to this because over the summer with this launch team, we're going to be coming together. We're going to be having meetings to talk about what it's going to look like, having them on the inside scoop of what's going on. We've got free T-shirts and some other swag, which is always a nice added bonus.
They're going to be pretty cute. Okay, I forgot one other thing. If you're part of the launch team, we need you to be inviting friends. That's something that we are asking is that you are inviting family, you're inviting friends to come alongside and be part of this with you.
Yeah. And so really there's a lot of perks too, because there'll be inside scoop. We're going to be doing different community events where we're going and like serving and inviting and all that stuff. So if people are on the launch team, they kind of know the inside scoop of that. So people can sign up for that. As Kristin said earlier, heritagechurch.com/HC campus. That's the way you sign up for, or message one of us. We'll give you the information. But I want to ask you guys a final question because obviously being younger, you guys are mid-20s and you're stepping out and doing this. This is really cool. I'm really excited. And that's the one thing I'm pumped about this campus is we're going to have such a wide array of ages and just different people are going to be coming through there. So I want to ask you like some encouragement for you guys as young people who are stepping onto this team. What would you say?
Well,
you go first.
One, I think that if you don't feel equipped to be a part of something like this, I think God often does the equipping in the midst of, a step of faith, so, whether or not Chrissy or I feel like we're equipped to be leaders in this movement, even in some of the meetings we've already had with the launch team, just getting to know some of the other people who are older than us that are part of the team. Like there's so much that we get to learn from. And I feel like we've already grown just from being a part of this experience, just like seeing how other believers who have a little more experience than us are walking in their faith and how, there's ways that Chrissy and I have talked about after some of those meetings, just about how we can, be more all in with this experience. So even though like signing up for it initially, we're not necessarily feeling like it's like, are we equipped to lead? Are we not? We just by doing it, God's already been equipping us more.
That's great. That's really great.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I don't feel equipped and I'm like my first answer. So I would say there's a quote. I did not make it up. So please don't think it was me. That God doesn't call the equipped. He equips the called. And I think that's such a huge thing to remember because this is a big deal. Like we don't take it lightly. We're not like, just come and we'll figure it out. Like we want people who are like fully committed. So I would encourage anybody who's thinking or hasn't even prayed about it. So you've heard about it a bazillion times. We are not quiet about wanting people to join this launch team, but like pray about it. Like my neighbor was like, no. And then she prayed and God's like, yeah, okay. I'm so glad you finally talked to me about it. Like, so I think my natural answer was like, no. When they asked us, I'm like, no, I love Sterling Heights. And then I'm like, I got to pray about it. And then I'm like, okay, yeah. Like, thank you, God, for like speaking to me beyond my like stubbornness of like, I like comfort. I like everything how it is. So pray about it.
Yes, that's good.
Okay, now you can go. Sorry.
No, you're good. I thought that was such a good thought. What I was going to say is I think for young people especially, I think we can tend to feel like we're just trying to achieve the next thing in our lives, whether it be, oh, I want to graduate college. I want to take the next step in my career. I want to buy a house. I want to start a family. Like you have these certain goals for yourself that maybe either society has placed on you or that you feel for yourself that you want to achieve, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think there's so much purpose and fulfillment in being a part of something that's so much bigger than you.
Yeah.
So I think not everybody feels purpose and fulfillment in their job. Not everybody, once you get that house, what's that next thing, right?
Yeah.
That's on your bucket list. And I feel like a lot of times we can feel disillusioned with life of, okay, what's my next step? What is this? Why am I even doing this? What's the point, right? And so I think if you are a person who follows Jesus, right? If that's, if following Jesus is what makes your life meaningful, I feel like taking this step to say, hey, I'm going to bring other people alongside that with me and along that path. This is such a great opportunity to do that we don't get every day. We don't always get this new opportunity to go to a new area and say, hey, there's a ton of people here that need Jesus's love. And not all of us are gifted with like, okay, I'm going to go out on the streets and like preach the gospel, right?
Yeah.
So, but there's so many other areas for you to get plugged in, whether that's serving coffee, whether that's taking people out to dinner, inviting friends. There's so many ways where you can say, hey, I've got talents in XYZ area and I'm able to use that to show people the love of Christ. So I think that's super important as a young person, just finding that purpose, that fulfillment, and then even figuring out, hey, what am I good at? What do I like doing that still brings glory to God? I think that's awesome.
Good. That's really good. And I do think that people, like you're saying, people who get on this and then they're a part of something like this, that they have a little bit of a stamp, like they got the stake in it. I think people are going to look back and say, that's my hope, is when I'm sure your family, when they look back 24 years ago, they're probably so thankful that they said yes to God and that they said yes to a new opportunity because they've been able to see it flourish. And I really think that that's what's going to happen with the 300 adults who are on this. We're going to look back even 6 months after and say, man, that was so cool. Look what God did. And that's what I'm really excited about is seeing that.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for joining us. And we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Inside Stoney Creek.